Cole, it's so good to have you. So glad we get to spend a little bit of time together today. I want to read a quick passage before we get started, and I think this will help kind of set up the framework for our discussion today. It's 1 Thessalonians 5:11. It says, "Therefore encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing." I was thinking about the other day, and this picture, which we'll put it up there online so everybody can see it. But this is from the first grade when I coached you guys, you and Micah. I don't even know who else is on this team. I'm not sure.
Sloan.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She's playing college basketball now.
Is she really? Where's she at?
I
don't know. Not sure.
Not sure.
But you guys were in the first grade playing Hyba basketball in the carpeted gym at Lost Mountain Middle School. and I'll never forget, it's the first time I met you. So you would have been 5, 6. That would have been 12-ish years ago. 12 years ago. Man, okay, it's been a while. 12 years ago. And I'll never forget, after the first practice, met your dad. And I thought, okay, this kid can dribble. This kid can shoot. This kid can pass. I said, all right, this is great. I've got a point guard. I can at least bring the ball down. He can make things happen. Micah was pretty tall even at that age, so I said, we're going to put him down low. He can get some rebounds. And sure enough, man, you had a great season, lit the boards up. You ended up being the all-star for our team.
That's right.
Went on and played. I remember so many times you come down in that carpeted gym, you're bouncing, and they had a three-point line, but you'd be 4 or 5 feet behind the three-point line and just throw it and boom, sink it. And I thought, well, that's an easy way to do it. We don't have to run any plays. We don't have to go down the middle. Didn't clog anything up, because as soon as you start going down the middle, obviously the ball gets knocked loose. Everybody's stepping in, kicking it, whatever. But I'll never forget, I was like, man, it was great to coach you that season. We had a good season. Great to spend some time with your dad and getting to know him. And you never know how in God's providence you're going to end up again, side by side, participating either on the same team or coaching again someone that you coached a long time before. And sure enough, that happened years later at Harrison High School when you were a freshman trying out for the baseball team. So tell me just a few things about yourself as we get kind of started. Are you from this area? Where are you from?
From Kennesaw, Georgia. I was born in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, and then moved to Powder Springs, Hillgrove District when I was in, let's say, pre-K. And then 7th grade, we moved into Kennesaw, Harrison District, and then here we are now.
Yeah. Well, we're glad that you did move into the Harrison District.
Glad too.
Yeah. So your freshman year at Harrison, you try out for the baseball team. Walk me through just those early days of the tryouts, because you guys were the last, I think, freshman class with Coach Elkins. Is that right? That was his final year. He retired. What was it like going out there on your high school baseball field with the guys that you grew up with, that you go to class with every day, to try out? It's freezing cold out there. It's January, right? And then you've got this head coach who's been there for 30 years, who is old school baseball. He's one of the guys who put Harrison baseball on the map. What was it like for you?
So I'm thankful for my travel coaches who put me in the right steps, pre-tryouts, and then getting there, knowing all my friends, about 90-something people trying out. I was like, boy, I knew every one of them.
Yeah.
Very competitive, because me, I'm just a little scrawny kid, about 5'10", not a lot of weight, and didn't have the best arm strength, but I could run and I could put the ball in play.
Yeah.
And just seeing everybody out there, I was like, boy, this is gonna be a test. And just put my mind to it and did what I was always told to do, and used my talents, and
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah, you made that team. You played JV that year, and you did fairly well hitting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty good season for you. I remember you got up, you put the ball in play. You weren't a guy who struck out a lot. And in high school baseball, if you put the ball in play, good things do happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because guys will kick it around, or they'll just not put their glove on the ground and it'll go right underneath it. So that helped. You came back, played sophomore year, same thing, big contributor. You're playing well, you're doing great. What was it like those first 2 years on JV, and how did the team do, and what were your thoughts on playing high school baseball then?
Freshman year, I thought it was nervous at first because it was the first time you had to play with kids that were older than you.
Mm-hmm.
And just trying to get in the lineup was hard because those kids have already been in the program and stuff.
Yeah.
And hearing that they had an insane record the year before, I was like, well, this is going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing also because it means you possibly could be a good team.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing what happens when you get your opportunities, you make use of them, and then you get put in the lineup. Then towards the end of the year, I collided with a right fielder at North Cobb, Colin O'Hara, and boom.
Yeah.
And fractured a couple ribs while I was at it. And then the doctor told me that I wasn't supposed to play, but Coach Whiting, he was like, Sarge, can you play? The doctor said no. And he was like, all right, next thing you know is to get to the game. I'm in the lineup. I'm like, boy. So I had to take some ibuprofens to kill the pain, and went out there and had to do my best. Then sophomore year, now I was kind of the leader of JV, and we had some young guys come up, and some of them had a little bit of an attitude, kind of, so we had to put them in check. But we started off 6-0-1. Great start.
Yeah.
All were good bond. After a couple of the freshmen got used to how things roll. And then there we are, Cam Glazer we're playing McEachern, throws his arm out, and then 2 pitches later, I dive for a ground ball. There goes the shoulder. And I remember I caught the ball at second base on the ground, and then I'm just laying there and I can't move. I'm just stuck. And then Bennett, he was our right fielder at the time. He was like, Sarge, get up. I'm like, Bennett, I can't move, dude. I can't move. He was like, what are you talking about? Hurry up. Get up. The runners are running. I'm like, Bennett, I can't move. You got to get the ball out of my glove and throw it in. And he's like, all right, bro, screw this. Gets the ball, throws it in. And I look up, and his runner on third and 2 runs score. I'm like, bro, there's no way this happened. But yeah, I broke my shoulder and then missed all the way till the last 2 games of the regular season. I came back. And my goal was, because we had our new double celebration that we stole from McEachern, the axe celebration. And I was like, I got to hit a double this game. Hit 4 balls to left field, and 1 burnt the left fielder. The other 3 he caught. And I was like, well, at least I got to do it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was great 2 seasons. And one story from freshman year, I remember at practice with Coach Elkins. Oh, boy. Had the 4 fungos out there going.
Oh, yeah.
And I was at shortstop, and ground ball, we were flipping to second base, and a PO was there. And I was like 2 feet from the base, and I fielded it, and I was like, all right, I'm like right here. I'm just going to glove flip it. And I go back to the end of the line. All I hear is a whistle. I'm like, oh, boy. And I hear him yell, Cole, if you ever glove flip again, I'm going to come out of retirement and cut you next year. I'm like, oh, my gosh. I did not even know what I did wrong. But then after practice, he came up to me on the gator, and he was like, Cole, I'm sorry for yelling at you like that and making it kind of an embarrassment moment. But back, I forgot what year he said. It was like the Final 4 or something, and his second baseman glove flipped it, and it got past the shortstop. And they cleared the bases or something. They ended up getting eliminated from the playoffs. And I was like,
Oh.
So, I mean, keeping that story is good to help the youth and the upcoming underclassmen middle infielders so they don't do the same mistake.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he had seen so many things happen in key situations. They understood that, as he always would say, everything matters. Even the fine details matter in a game. I remember obviously your freshman and your sophomore year. I was there coaching you guys on JV, Coach Whiting and myself, and you really anchored yourself into that number 2 hole because you were going to put the ball in play. I mean, we had some guys who could hit, but you were putting the ball in play every single time, and it never failed in that number 2 hole. There were always guys on, and we needed to either move them around or get them in, and you did the fundamentals of the game just like we worked on yesterday inside the indoor with the guys. You get on, you got to get them over, and you get them in. Sure, we're going to work on hitting home runs. Yeah, there's going to be doubles in the gap. There's going to be doubles and triples down the line. But that's a sliver of the game. So much of the game is just putting the ball on the ground to the right side when you got a hit and run or you move a guy over. And it's about sacrificing yourself. Sacrificing yourself for the betterment of the team. And that was Hoya baseball when I got there in 1994, which has been a long time ago, back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. But it's so crucial because that's why Harrison baseball became so good, is because every one of us played for the team. You can literally, this may be a controversial statement, but you can literally go back and every year where we didn't do anything, where Hoya baseball sucked, was where guys played for themselves, when they were individualistic consumers. And I know this would be controversial too, but it's like travel ball. Travel ball. Stinking travel ball. Travel ball, where it's all about me. And I mean, that's college baseball now, right? I mean, it's travel baseball on steroids. Yeah. But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. I'm going to launch off in a diatribe yet. But that's why Hoya baseball has been so successful for so many years, is because we play for the team. We don't play for my stats. We play for the team. Let's win. Let's get a guy on. Let's get him over. Let's get him in. Let's help out. Let's encourage one another. And honestly, that's why we've been a team that's bunted. Yeah. We have been experts in bunting because we practice bunting constantly. Because bunting matters. Yeah. Sure, we're going to hit bombs, but we're also going to bunt. We're going to kill you with both of them. That's right. But it was great coaching you, not only in basketball when you're in the first grade, but also as a freshman and then a sophomore. And then junior year rolls around. Obviously, back out there, I get the nod. I get to move up from the kids' table to the adult table and be the hitting coach for varsity. And we had a really good season. We made it to the Sweet 16. We go down to Lowndes. Oh, boy. Played against Lowndes. That was excellent. But if we back up even before that, we played against Carrollton. First round. We're not supposed to beat Carrollton at Carrollton, right? I mean, that's God's country over there. They're supposed to beat us. Yeah. And seems like someone got a pretty crucial hit at the end of a game, a little small second baseman.
Ben Conley.
Ben Conley, that's right. Yeah, hits a little, and he rolled over it. Rolled over it. Guys lose their minds in the cage when you roll over something or your hands go around it. Sometimes that's the greatest blessing in the world because the infield was in, and he rolls over the top of one that goes in between first and second. You can still go back and watch the video. It's online. I think. Thank you, Todd Largen, for posting that, and we win the game. Yeah. We were not supposed to. We had to come back that next night to play that game. We played two the night before. We beat Carrollton. Celebration, because the year before that was an absolute toilet bowl of a season. I mean, just flush it and move on, right? And that season starts to get a little bit of momentum. We go down to Lowndes and play against Lowndes, which is a credible team A lot of great ball players. We lose the first one. We win the second one. And then here we go for the third and final game. And it was crazy down there, wasn't it? What are some of the things you remember from playing down at Lowndes?
From playing there, well, R.I.P. Vike, our little fish. Before Game 3, we had a little field trip. We went to PetSmart or the mall, and they had a PetSmart right outside of it. And I saw it, and before we went in the mall, I was like, boy, I gotta go get me some fish. And I didn't know everyone else was gonna take it serious. So we all went into the mall, had our lunch, and then I went up to get some cinnamon sticks. And then I think it was Chase Beasley. He comes up to me, I was like, where is everybody? Oh, they're waiting on you at PetSmart in the checkout line. I'm like, no way y'all took this serious. And I walk in there and they're all lined up with the fish in a bag. I'm like, no way. We can't just leave without food. Had to go get the food, get a tank. Well, all that at Lowndes, about, how far was it, 3 hours away or something like that? Yeah. So we got us a fish and we brought it with us everywhere we went. And I left it in the bus for BP. And I was like, boy, I hope somebody goes back and gets it because it's going to suffocate and die in there. little do I know, we finish BP, warm up, everything. I go back in the dugout, and there he is sitting there on the Gatorade bucket. I'm like, thank God he made it. But, yeah, that atmosphere.
Yeah.
Insane.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Yeah.
Chirping. They knew it. Even Micah. I think they were talking about his sister.
Yeah.
I was like, they don't even have social media. How do they know this? They will find anything and everything about you they know. And they're sitting there scrolling. They'll go through the dark web to find it. Anything, they're going to find it. Yeah. But yeah, those people, they were crazy.
Yeah. I think I remember Mike was out there pitching, and they said, "Hey, you need some sunscreen." Oh, yeah. My son may have a little lighter color skin, so yeah. No, but it was a great atmosphere. There was someone from the other side that kept saying, "Get him, big dog."
Oh yeah, big old white dude with glasses that sat in his lawn chair, and he had a red do-rag on. Red do-rag. Pop back. Come on, big dog. Every pitch. Uh-huh. I was like, God, people.
Yeah. But it was a playoff atmosphere. It was great. We ended up having a major rain delay.
Oh yeah.
Which was not good. It didn't help us out at all. And we came back and ended up losing that game. But we had made it to the final game in the Sweet 16. I think they went on to win the whole thing, didn't they?
They blew out, I think it was South Forsyth next round.
Okay, yeah.
And then they went and beat, I forgot who it was in the Final Four, but they ruled them 2 games and state championship again.
Well, it's always good to get beat by the state champions. They were a really good team. And then this takes us to our senior year. Yeah, your senior year, Micah's senior year. We, we had some good ball players. We had some things that happened before the season ever started that were a little bit of a deflating thing. One of our starting pitchers from the year before wasn't going to be able to pitch at all. And so we're thinking, I don't know what's going to happen. Our pitching staff, it's up in the air. Who knows? I knew that, for a whole year we'd been in the indoor facility just slugging it out. The hitters have been getting after it. I was so proud of you guys. Y'all put in so much hard work. Practice would be over and you guys would come down and just get another hour and a half of BP. And you guys were there to encourage one another on. You could always tell who was about themselves because they didn't come down. Or if they did, they hit for 3 minutes and then everybody else pick up the balls. But for the majority of the guys, everybody was working together, encouraging one another. And we go out there, start the season, did fairly well, but we also ran into some tough spots early on against some teams that we should have blown out of the water easily. And, we had one of our starting pitchers from the year before ends up injured. He can't pitch. Now we've lost both of our starting pitchers from the year before. Fortunately, we're putting up some good numbers offensively. We're still putting up double digits almost every game, which was wonderful to see. And that was the old mentality of guerrilla baseball, where it was just we're going to play more offense than the other team. But as the season progressed, we got to a game against Pope. And, we had never beat Pope. I mean,
never.
No, I mean, I'd been there 7 years. We had never beat Pope. Pope always had our number. And many times they would just wax us. And the year, I guess it was your sophomore year, we played them at Pope, and the rain came down. They finally called it. It was a tie. Nobody wants to kiss their sister. And we had to kiss our sister that day. It was awful. It was the closest we ever got. So that, your senior year, last year, we play against Pope. Take me back to some of those thoughts when we're playing Pope. We're at home. We got a big crowd. Yeah. They got a big crowd. What are some of your thoughts as you go back and remember that game against the Greyhounds?
Just watching. I'm a guy who watches the other team on their in and out and just focuses in on how those people are doing position-wise. Just watch and see how they do. Watch the bullpen, see how their starter's looking. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, they just look nonchalant, booting the ball around, everything. And I knew they had two power forward commits, Johnny Stutzer, and then I forgot the other one. They had one more. And just from that, I mean, they didn't even look that good either in and out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we might have a shot at this. And then I knew we had Micah Knox, the mini Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux on the mound. And he, phenomenal. Complete game, was like 50-something pitches in 7 innings. Like, insane. Putting the ball in play, hitting runs, executing. He had to squeeze. Xavier got to squeeze down.
Yeah.
Had to do what we had to do.
Yeah.
We shut him out, didn't we?
I think we did, I believe.
4-0.
I think so.
Something like that. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Insane.
Unbelievable. But that was a team effort. And I think to end the game, there was like a little line drive to shortstop. And Huddy
caught it.
Yeah. And I mean, as soon as he caught it, everybody rushed the field. It was like we had won state championship, right? It was like, this is fantastic. Yeah. But I really do think that was a pivotal moment in the life of that team, because it was, I think the first time realization is, if we work together, if we encourage one another, not discourage one another, but if we encourage one another, we can accomplish great things. And we don't even have our 2 starters from last year. We're lacking in some, epic talent, and yet together as a team, we can accomplish amazing things. And we really got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff, in particular, Coach Story. Coach Story continued to build us up, to encourage us, even when we lost to teams like Druid Hills. That was rough.
2 years in a row.
That was rough. We lost to Campbell. That was bad. But he continued to. We worked on the fundamentals day in and day out. But we also had him encouraging us all the way around, whether it was the pitchers, the hitters, defense. I mean, we put the work in, and he made sure we put the work in. But he was also there to keep building us up. He is a true leader, and he shows by his actions. And he's the kind of guy that makes sure that he sacrifices for the team. And when you go back and look at even what happened with the second baseman last year, a guy who, and let's be really frank and really honest, he got cut his freshman year. Look, this is like a baseball Rudy story, right? I mean, a guy who goes out his freshman year, had played baseball his whole life, he gets cut. And if I'm that guy, I'm like, maybe I need to go play another sport or something. Yeah. Not this guy. He worked even harder. He ate, he worked out, he got after it. And 4 years later, he's at second base. He's our number 9 hole hitter. He's playing. He's hitting for average. And that was because a coach believed in him. Yep. A coach built him up. A coach gave him ample opportunities to show himself. And that number 9 hole hitter sent us into the next round of the playoffs, the Sweet 16 last year. Take me back to that moment. Help us remember what happened during that time, that play, that part of the game. We're playing against, who was it?
It was Archer.
Archer, okay.
And Archer, our center fielder, Xavier, he was our quarterback of our football team.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Archer in the first round for playoffs as well. And that was an old-fashioned Big 12 shootout football, 42-38.
Good
like
gracious.
That.
Wow.
And he was lined up to throw the Hail Mary at the end of the game and threw it out the back of the end zone. And he was laying there on the H. I felt so bad. I was the last person in the stands. I was like, this is terrible. But, yeah, we got Archer again. It was like, we got to get our get back for Xavier, for everybody.
Yep.
The Hoya Nation, everybody.
Yeah.
And there's old Cade. The day before at practice, it was his last round of BP. Sends one over the scoreboard, I think. I was like, dang, what in the world?
What happened?
I didn't even see it. And he comes to me in the dugout and he's like, bro, Sarge, I just hit a bomb over the scoreboard. I'm like, no, you didn't. He was like, well, go ask Dom. I'm like, all right, Dom, Cade hit a home run? He was like, yes. Oh, wow. I never would have thought it would have happened.
Yeah.
But here we are. Tied. Was it 7-7?
I think so.
Back and forth game.
Mm-hmm.
And Cade comes up and he tells me before he goes up to plate, I'm just going to swing out of my shoes. I'm like, go do it, big dog. First pitch. Boom.
Love you, Parker.
Wait, was that Cade? That's
Cade. Yeah.
Yeah.
That place was nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Walk-off home run. I was like, whoa. And then we all rushed the field. And then he was there, he was trying to soak it in.
Yeah.
Trying to hold back tears. And I was like, and everyone's faces, like from the pictures, we can find some. Put them on. They're like, whoa. Like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think that was just the dagger for game 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Archer, they just could never get back to it. Nope.
No. And as a hitting coach, I'll never forget, they brought the shortstop in to close, and I mean, he's pumping it. Mm-hmm. He's putting some juice behind it. And all I can remember thinking was, we worked for hours. And you remember this. I actually worked on you guys hitting home runs. Yeah. We practiced hitting home runs in the cage. We practiced, because I would, Coach Story, if you happen to watch this, close your ears. But I would literally give you guys pitches during BP on the field to try to hit home runs, because if you don't practice hitting home runs, how are you going to hit a home run? I don't understand this asinine thought process of, we're not going to try to hit home runs. Well, then you're never going to hit one. And I say this is one of the top home run hitting leaders at Harrison High School still today. Like, you've got to practice it, right? And all I remember thinking is, he did it that day before. Yep. He's felt it. He knows what it's like. And this dude's supplying the energy. Just throw your hands and let's just see what happens. And as soon as it was one pitch, wasn't it?
One pitch.
One pitch. And he just
in and got the hands in there.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I know his parents still had the video, but we were all coming out of the dugout like, that's getting out of here. And we just won the game. Mm-hmm. And you're right. I mean, it put a dagger in the heart of Archer. That second game, Gursky comes out. He's wheeling and dealing with that disgusting slider. I mean, I don't know how you can hit that thing. And the team is just firing on all cylinders. Xavier leading us off. Well, he was hitting second. You got Marcus.
Big contributor.
He's having a great season, and he was only a sophomore. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be back this year as a junior. We had Komar and Dom, and there's so many guys who stepped up yourself in key situations where you would pinch hit. It was one of those seasons where everybody was working together as a team. So we beat Archer, and we go on to the next round. Got to go to West Forsyth. Yeah, West Forsyth, right? We take a trip, and we jumped out on them in that first game. Dom hits a bomb to right center. The fans, they shut up. They didn't say anything. We're kind of owning that game. Everybody's playing really well. Pitching is great. So we come back for that second game that night, and we didn't play the best baseball. They're beating us. It's in the last inning, because if you remember, we had to flip it where we're the home team, even though we're on their turf. It's the bottom of the seventh. 5-1, I think was the score. And then there's this encouraging thing that happens where people start handing the baton to one another and playing together again like a team. Take us through that last inning. What do you remember about it?
Very stressful, because I remember I was standing right beside you.
Yeah.
And you were telling me, if we don't fix this right now, I'm telling you, game 3 is going to be a mess. And I was like, all right, you got to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought in their closer, who was all this, and that. Everyone thought he was the hot stuff, had less than a 2.0 ERA, this and that. Brought him in there. Just couldn't find the zone. Walking people, pass balls.
Mm-hmm.
The catcher overthrowing the pitcher. Xavier takes third on the wild pitch and then scores because the catcher overthrew the pitcher.
That's right.
And then Nick got his first hit of that series.
Yep.
To get in another run, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes down. It was 5-3 with 2 outs. Dom's at first, and I can't remember who was at second. I think it was Luke.
Might have been.
Reardon, pinch running. And Cade's up. Oh, second base.
Here he comes again.
Strike 3.
And he's up 3-2. It was 3-1. It was 3-1 pitch, and it was a questionable call. Could have been ball 4. Walk, the bases loaded. I'm on deck, and the umpire called strike 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there. I was shaking on deck. Like, I was nervous myself. And the pitch is there. My mom's got it on video.
Mm-hmm.
The pitcher's dad yells, strike 3. And then right when he says 3, right center gap. Boom. And then Luke scores, and Dom's hauling.
I don't even know how he did it. I go back and watch the video that Mr. Largen took, and you see the ball go up, and Dom is like at second base before it ever hits the ground. Obviously, there are 2 outs, so you're running anything. But Dom kicks it in overdrive and scores.
He scores last second.
It was unreal. Then what happens?
And then Cade's at first with 2 outs, and I'm up. And I'm like, I want to win the game so bad. So bad. But I know I don't have the home run power, so I was like, well, we got the freshman phenom on deck, Aiden Watson. So I was like, just going to have to put it in play and see what happens, because I already beat out an infield single to second base that game.
You did.
And I'm sitting there, took the first pitch, was a strike. I was like, because it was my pitch. Second pitch was a slider. I got sorted. Yeah, I felt bad after it. And then here comes the third pitch. Another slider. Not going to fool me twice.
Mm-hmm.
Choke and poked it through the right side.
Let's go, Kate!
line drive through there. Got the first Sador Sanders celebration. And I saluted. And then Coach Evans is there. And he's like, all right, we have a runner on second. You don't matter at all. 2 outs. So ball puts in play, you stop at second, don't go nowhere else. And to be honest, I wasn't paying a bit of attention. I just kept telling him, we're going to win this, coach. We're going to win this game, coach. I promise we're going to win this game. And he just kept telling me, you stop at second. I was like, I'm not listening. We're going to win the game, coach. And then Aiden comes up.
Do we pinch run?
We pinch run Cade for Cole Bentley.
Bentley went out to second. That's right. Yep.
And Aiden's up, battles. It was a battle up there.
It was.
And then left him a cookie. He pulled it, shortstop dove right past his glove. Cole's running,
flying,
flies off,
flying.
Won the game. And I did stop at second base. And when I saw Cole scored, helmet off, threw it up in the air, ran. And right to A-Watt, picked him up in the air, started running around. Everyone rushed the field. It was just insane. Because West Forsyth, before, we saw their little TikToks.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you come in the I don't know what they called it, but in their little cave, we're going to sweep you. And we're like, all right.
Yeah.
And I always, my sayings, I take all the sayings from Coach Prime at Colorado. I was like, all right, we coming. We're not coming no more because we're here and we're going to handle business today. And we took care of business and sent them home packing. And their faces that they had after the game were like, that's what you get.
Yeah. It was another adrenaline-filled series. And especially to pull one off like that was unbelievable. Down 5-1. And then again, the team coming together, not being individualistic, but like you just said a minute ago, you don't have home run power. You knew who you were. You had an identity about yourself. I'm a guy who can put it in play. I can hand the baton off to another guy who could potentially drive us in, even though he's a freshman. I don't care. I'm a senior. I believe in that freshman. That doesn't happen on teams. That's a culture that's set by a coaching staff and players who say it doesn't matter how big you are or how small you are. You're going to contribute to this team. We're going to work together. And man, it happened. And we all leave there just washed like, I can't believe that just happened. Like that was incredible.
It was a movie.
Oh man, it was a movie ending. So we move on to the Elite Eight at home. Now, this is a replay from 1997, by the way, because in 1997, when I graduated from Harrison, we make it to the Elite Eight at home against Walton. The same exact lineup. Here we go. And we've got Walton. We know they're good. They've got really good pitchers. They've competed well all season. But we have a great team that's working together. That was a night to remember. There's a lot of people there. It's packed. The atmosphere was great. We came up short. We came up short. We lost the first one. Great pitcher. The one pitch, in my opinion, and I'm sure Coach Whiting would agree with this, but the one pitch that will dominate in high school baseball right now is if you have an incredible changeup. It looks fastball, and you just can't read it. I mean, it gets halfway there, and it downshifts into different gears, and you're already out front. And sliders, you can see sliders. You'll pick it up. You see it enough times. Curveballs, you'll get them. But a changeup is so hard to read, and he had a really good changeup. Highland had a really.
What he was known for is that changeup.
It was gross. It was gross, and I was trying with the hitters. I was trying to coach them on some things, but man, it was a really tough game. Then they brought the lefty the next game.
He didn't miss a spot. I swear he did not miss a spot.
I mean, he was dotting it up, putting on a dime. And I'll never forget, you came up at the very end. You came at the very end. And I thought, man, what a movie. Here he comes. And that's right. But you got an opportunity. And they had great pitching, and they did a great job to shut us down. And we usually put some serious runs on the board. And those were 2 games we just didn't. But they went on to win the whole thing again.
Destroying it, and they played Lowndes in the state championship again.
Yeah.
And run ruled in both games.
Yeah, they were good, really good. So we've had some incredible rides, and that's the wonderful thing about sports in general, but baseball in particular, is that you can play together as a team and accomplish some incredible things. You know, the old saying for Harrison baseball is buy into the process. Buy into the process. I mean, when you got to Harrison as a freshman, I mean, I remember you and a lot of other guys saying, wow, we practice 6 days a week. And this is intense practice. The practice is worse than a game. And it's nothing that you guys had ever experienced before, because in travel ball, you really don't practice. You just play all the time. But all that practice took you guys to another level, so that when you all played together and for one another, great things happen. But isn't it wonderful to think about that in life in general, is that if we would take our cues from sports, take our cues from military, if we as people, just people in general, would work together more, encourage one another more, great things would happen. I've got a couple other questions for you, but I want to ask, your name's Cole, but people call you Sarge. How did this happen? When did this happen? Give me a little background on this story.
So freshman year, it was the very first practice, and I remember on the sheet it said like bring a pair of shoes for the indoor and have your cleats. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna bring 2 pairs of shoes. Unfortunately, no. So I got there, and everyone had an extra pair of shoes in their hand and on their feet, and I was like, I don't have one. And I just saw people getting sent home and home and home. And then Tate Strickland, he was like, bros, we're going to call you Sergeant Barefoot. Because I had to go down, because they told me to take my shoes off and hold them up because I had Navy socks. And it may have blended in the indoors, so the coaches would have never seen it. So he was like, I'm going to call you Sergeant Barefoot. And I walk in there, have my shoes, and he was like, all right. Like, it was kind of questionable, okay, you're good. And I just kept on trucking, and I was like, all right, we made it. But, yeah, Sergeant Barefoot. But we just eliminated the barefoot, so everyone called me Sarge or Sergeant.
And your freshman and sophomore year, when you hit a double, you get to second base. What would you do? It was so much fun. Every time I'd see you. All right, so we're reliving the glory days for a minute there, but you graduate. What's been going on for the last 6 months or so? What's been happening?
So now I attend Mississippi State University, and I'm majoring in kinesiology.
Nice.
The concentration is physical education and coaching. And I might be minoring in math teaching just so I have a second plan.
Yeah.
In case I don't get a PE job when I would like to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also a manager for the softball team there at Mississippi State. Great. And, I mean, feeding the machines, catching bullpens, doing the laundry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got to get the all the buckets and fungos out, and then, getting their uniforms in their lockers. It's a lot of stuff to get done, and manage your schoolwork.
Yep. Oh, it's a lot.
Free time, yeah.
It's a lot. It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in South Carolina, we had 2 managers. Actually, I think we had 3 managers. It was a lot of work to be done, but those guys went to school. They got their schoolwork done. They had to travel with us. They had to do all the pre-practice stuff, pre-game type things. I bet you enjoyed it, though. I bet you had a great time. Especially, man, those girls are athletes.
It's insane. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched softball, you got to tune in.
It's fast paced.
Oh, yeah.
It's intense.
Electric.
It is. And those girls throw gas. And the ball does things that you can't do in baseball.
No. It's a pain.
Yeah.
It's a pain.
Yeah.
The first couple bullpens were a disaster
Uh-huh.
because I'm like, never caught a softball before.
Yeah.
And they're a lot closer than a baseball mound. I haven't played catcher since I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a hot minute. And I'm back there. And after the first two pitchers I thought were like easy. Supposedly they're the fastest pitchers we have. That they're the hardest. I didn't think so, but it wasn't even that bad. But I would say the drop ball is the worst. It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's another one? Oh, there's screwball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a pain. Rise ball. My shoulder dislocates a couple times because, they hold on to it a little too long and it'll just keep floating. But now I just give up. I just let it hit the screen and come back to me so I don't have to mess with it anymore. But those girls
They can play.
something else, yeah.
They can play. I was the head softball coach at Mount Perrin one year, and wow, those girls could hit bombs. They can do a running swing. I was, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Like Ichiro type style, man. I was like, I saw this dude play baseball one time, and this is wild. But it's action packed. It's quick. It's fast. And the girls pitching, they throw some disgusting pitches. But man, you sit there in awe of these athletes because they go to class. They got to take care of their grades. They got to eat. They got to work out. They got to practice. It's a full-time gig. So, man, I'm proud of you. Congratulations on getting your foot in on that because, yeah, it is. It's a full-time job. I don't care what anybody says. And what you're doing by helping that team, I'll never forget the guys who were our managers at South Carolina. I always had clean clothes. Appreciate the clean clothes. Seriously, you need clean clothes. And nobody wants wet clothes to put on to go to practice. Always had gloves, batting gloves, the bats. Huge sacrifice and help. So ultimately, what are you hoping to do as you work through these next 3.5 years of college? What would you like to do when you come out on the other side?
Come back to Harrison and coach baseball and maybe be a little helper on the offensive coordinator side of the football team.
Yeah. Let's see. In 4 years, I might know some people that are seniors that year. That could be something pretty something pretty amazing.
Yeah.
There's some good talent coming through in those years. That year, the year behind it, who knows? We'll see. I'm so thankful that you are exploring these different options, getting your foot in. You're working hard. And you have a plan on some things that you want to do. A lot of times guys are trying to feel their way. What do I want to do? And it is tough as a guy to figure out what should I do? What am I good at? A lot of guys who play ball, let's just be honest. When you play baseball, it becomes a religion. You play multiple games every week. You could play every day of the week because that's how the game is designed. And it can become your first love. And then when it's over, or at least you think it's about to be over, guys still chase the dream. Yeah. I know guys who chase the dream in the minors for years, never made it to the pros, but loved the game so much that it was their first love. It almost become what they were married to, so to speak. And I say those things because I think a lot of guys miss out on the opportunity to say, what about coaching? There's a friend of mine who was a second baseman at Harrison with me. This would have been my junior year. I was the first baseman. He would have been been a senior. His name's Jeff Timothy, and he coaches at a college, been the head coach down there in South Georgia for a while. And he was that kind of guy who said, I want to coach. And great coach, studied the game, knew the game, kind of sat above the field, mentally, could see the chess pieces and where you want to move things. And you're like, yeah, that's a guy who's got a mind for being a coach. And you get to see this from coaches. You see this from Coach Story. You see this from Coach Evans. You see this with Coach Whiting. Coach Seed. I mean, he's a brilliant coach. He knows what he's doing. You look at our other coaches on staff, all those guys. I mean, they're brilliant as well. They've played the game. They've coached the game, all of them at very high levels. That's why even I look at what Coach Story has done, and I know the Lord is the one who a lot of time bring coaches in. You could try to go out and recruit coaches, or you can try to get coaches to help out. But there are a lot of great coaches at Harrison. But as you're working there with the softball team, and you're studying the coaches, and I know you do this when you're watching football games or baseball games on TV, you're probably taking notes, mental notes. Hey, if they're in this situation, what should we do here? Because there is a pattern to everything, right? I mean, there's only 90-foot runs. You got to take a left turn when you get to every 90 feet, right? 60 feet, 6 inches. That doesn't change. Sure, the outfield wall changes a little bit, different places, but the game remains the same. You got to throw a round ball and get it past a round bat. If you're on offense, you got to hit it. It's the one of the only sports where when you're on offense, you don't have the ball. Yeah. And so you're trying to hit it. You're trying to get moved around the base path. But it is a sport for cerebral assassins, for guys who methodically think through and are 6 steps ahead. I mean, this is why when I was growing up, I got to watch Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine pitch, and they would throw a pitch, and they were setting a guy up for 3 pitches after that one. Yep. Who does that? Today, it's, ooh, give me the ball. I'm going to chunk it. It's guerrilla. It's like, I'm throwing harder. I mean, when you were talking back a minute ago about the West Forsyth and they bring that closer in that second game, I do remember someone yelling from the side, throw it harder, throw it harder. I mean, he was just trying to throw it as hard as he possibly could. But pitching is far more than throwing it 95 miles an hour. It's locating. Look, I played against Mississippi State. I remember playing at Mississippi State with a guy who was throwing 96 constantly. But I thought, okay, I'll time that up and I'll send it over the wall. But a dude who's throwing 88, 89, 90, but he's dotting it up, he's moving it around, and I keep rolling over it, ground balls, that frustrates the pants off of me because I think I can get a hit off that guy. The guy who throws 96, I know I'm going to get a hit off him because he's going to leave one at some point because he can't really locate 96. He's just bringing the heat, right? I love your goals. I love what you're doing. I love your plan as you're working to it. And it's a process, right? Everything's step by step, year by year. As you've always heard from Harrison, it's mastering the mundane. Every day, get up, you go to class, you get your work done, you serve, you help out, you do what you got to, softball, and any other opportunities that the Lord may open for you to keep doing these things and coaching. I remember last year during the winter, you guys coached a HIBA team, and that was fun to watch, even though it didn't have a great season. But every coaching opportunity puts another notch in the belt. You learn things along the way, whatever sport it is. As you think about coaching, there's a coach that I know you look up to that maybe coaches a football team somewhere. Tell me a little bit about this guy. What is it that you admire about him?
So Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, love the guy to death.
Mm.
Love him. And his son, Shiloh, and then his secondary son, Travis Hunter, who he likes to call son.
Mm.
It just brought my attention when they were at Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
Travis's freshman year, Shiloh, he's so old. I gave up counting how many years he was in college. But Shador was a sophomore, I think, at the time. And my dad turned on the Celebration Bowl. And I looked, and they had the camera on Dion, and he had his glasses on with his gold chain with the cross on it and his gold whistle. And then he had his maroon long sleeves and a navy, it was like a winter cutoff sleeve jacket.
Mm.
And I was like, that's really attracting right there. And I mean, and then when he left to Colorado, I was like, boy, they might be on TV all the time now. So now I get to watch them all the time. And it was 78 players in the transfer portal the first year.
Whoa.
And his first meeting at Colorado, I mean, yeah, it may sound mean and bad. Like, if you're not ready for this, you might as well just hit the portal now.
Mm-hmm.
Only 8 players stayed.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 of the 8 were there last year as seniors and graduates.
Mm.
And he adored those 3 players to death. And they were, I mean, mediocre, not the greatest of all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they stuck through it, grinded, and they
Yeah.
wound up getting playing time when time mattered. Yeah. But, yeah, Colorado. I went to a game last year when Shador and them's last year when they were playing Baylor.
Mm.
And I had a couple bets placed with my friend Max back home at Harrison. It may have been, he just tried to get in my head and just try to, because I defend Colorado with everything I have. I can't stand when people hate on them. But he was like, all right, Shador's going to throw 2 interceptions this game. They're going to lose, and they're going to lose by 2 touchdowns. I was like, all right, $20 on the line. Let's go. And we go out there, and boy, first time in Boulder, what an atmosphere. Small stadium, but the people support. They support well. And watching Ralphie run out her kennel, insane. Like, that is I'm still getting goosebumps talking about it right now. It's insane. It's something to see. And it was a back and forth game, and I was nervous. Colorado was down 10, 24-14 at halftime. And Bryce kept looking at me, my brother, out the corner of my eye. He was like, oh my God. Because if they lost, I wasn't getting on the plane going back home. I was staying there. Like, security was going to have to take me out of there. I would have been so mad. But they come back. Omarion Miller, he's going to be a senior coming back this year. Star wide receiver. He had caught a crossing route for about 30 yards, and the defender takes him out, knees. He lands on top of the defender, and everyone thought he was down. He pops back up, takes it another 20 to the end zone, touchdown. Then they tied it, and then they were down 31-24 with 7 seconds left. And I'm shaking up there. You know, I record everything, so I have my camera on. And Shador rolls out and throws it up to Will Shepard, and he dropped it off his chest plate. Hit him right in the chest. All he had to do was catch it, turn, touchdown. Dropped it. Luckily, 2 seconds left. The whole place was deflated. And 2 seconds, the Florida boys arrived, as Coach Prime calls it. LaJohntay Wester. He's on the Ravens now. He's a punt returner.
Wow.
His first ever preseason game, punt return touchdown.
No.
First. Yeah.
Man, that's incredible.
Insane. But 2 seconds, and they had pass protection to the left, and Shador rolls out, pressure getting up in his face, and we're like, boy, he's about to get the pass deflector, getting sacked. He better throw it. Throws it up, a prayer. LaJohntay gets off his defender. Omarion Miller takes out 2 defenders with him. He trips. Takes out 2 guys, so it was a one-on-one. LaJohntay gets off, dives in the rain. Arms under the ball, touchdown, Colorado. That place was nuts. They went to overtime, and Colorado had the ball first because they want to keep the momentum on their side, so they scored. Michael Welch, he's from somewhere in Georgia, a small town in Georgia, and he scored their touchdown, and then we get on defense. And Baylor doing their ground and pound, baby. Yeah, it's about the 2-yard line. And they run another run play, and there's old Travis Hunter on defense, a two-way beast. Helmet on the football. Ball falls out, rolls Preston Hodge, cradles it, and tosses it like he never had possession out the back of the end zone. Touchback, ball game over. Wow. That place rushed the field.
Wow.
Insane.
Goodness.
But ever since then, they were one game short last year from the Big 12 championship. One game. I was sitting there in my room. They had Kansas 3-18. Oh, it was 3-9. No, tripping. 3-7.
Yeah.
3-7.
Yeah.
And all Colorado had to do was beat them.
Yeah.
Because they had a 0-11 Oklahoma State the next week for homecoming or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's an easy one, so we just got to take care of this.
Uh-huh.
Beat by 20.
Oh.
And I was crying. I was legitimately crying, a grown man crying because it was over. But, yeah, we went and beat Oklahoma State by 50 the next game, but missed it. And then this year rolled around and got Caden Salter, one of the top transfer quarterbacks coming out of the portal. Had Julian Lewis from Carrollton, who was beating the playoffs. He came.
Yeah.
Skipped his senior year. He just turned 18
this
year.
Oh, wow.
And they had a great offensive line. They finally got the offensive line they needed. And it just was a complete failure. And I was just depressed.
Yeah.
It was so bad watching. They were 3-9. And I just couldn't do it. But I got hope this year. I got some hope because he finally is getting rid of some of his friends on staff who have no coaching abilities whatsoever. They're just there because they have a gold jacket from the NFL.
Yeah.
And he's realizing that if I don't get this fixed, I'm going to be up on out of here and I won't have another job.
Yeah.
So he went and hired an under-the-radar offensive coordinator who has created his own offense that no one else has or ever seen before.
Oh, my.
It's called the Go-Go. And they run the old-fashioned Georgia Tech offense, the triple option and shotgun.
Okay.
They run out the wishbone and spread all at once. And supposedly, like, listening to all the people that study his offense is, like, impossible to study for. And supposedly, Coach Prime doesn't like people challenging his opinions and stuff. And Brennan Marion, this offensive coordinator, young mind, he'll challenge you. He'll put you up for the challenge. So I can't wait to see what happens with the Buffaloes this year.
Wow. Well, as you can tell, a coach makes a big difference. Sets the tone for the team, the culture, and can do that for good or bad. Can do that for encouragement or discouragement. Throughout my playing years, there were guys that I played for that I would have done anything for them. I played my hardest for those guys. I'd run through a brick wall. And then there were coaches that were some of the worst human beings I've ever met in my life. And they were some of the most discouraging people because they were so narcissistic and self-centered. It was always about their stats and they're going to get a bigger paycheck. And I've told this to many pastors. If you focus on ministry, you don't have to worry about money. The same thing happens in coaching. If you focus on the team, you don't have to worry about all the victories. They'll come. But when guys make goals and it's always about individualistic goals, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, it's where things fall apart. But we have to sacrifice for the betterment of others. And that's obviously for me as a Christian. I look to Christ, who said he came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. When we put others first and we build them up, there's great things that can happen. And I'm excited for you because the life of a coach can touch the lives of more people than most professions could ever touch. You can build these guys up, encourage them and gals, and you can set their life in a totally different trajectory just because they spend so much time around you, talking to you, in the trenches with you. And it really does change you. A coach will change your life. So as you continue to move forward, man, I am so excited for you. Keep that in mind. As we said a minute ago, therefore encourage one another and build one another up just as you're doing. Sometimes encouraging means you got to tell the truth, and you got to give it to people. You got to say, hey, it's time to step it up, because some guys need that. You know, there's some guys that are wired in a certain way where they need to get yelled at. That's just how they function. Some guys need encouraging words, need to be built up and strengthened with softer words. You almost become a psychologist when you're a coach, because you've got to read your players. You can't just take one dogmatic stance on how you're going to coach. You really have to learn your players so that you can get the most out of them. So I'm very thankful that you've taken some time today to hang out with me. As we draw this to a close, anything else that you want to talk about, you want to bring up, anything that you can think of?
Maybe going into my pre-coaching career.
Pre-coaching?
Already.
Yeah.
So my brother, he's now a freshman at Harrison. And in his 6th grade year of football, I played football from kindergarten through my freshman year, and then I quit because I was getting all these injuries and stuff with my legs.
Yep.
And so I was like, I might just go coach. And happened to be my 3rd grade football coach, Coach Steve Hale, was Bryce's coach.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. I still know Thomas, his son. He's in my grade, Micah's grade.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, Thomas, your dad think I could come out there and help him?
Wow.
And he was like, yeah. And then I started coaching football for Bryce's 6th grade year, and then he stopped playing after that. I mean, it was just he just didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then I stayed on staff. Coach Steve stopped coaching. He went to North Cobb Christian. But the assistant coach, I remembered from when I was playing in the summer camps and stuff at Harrison, he was the backup safeties coach, and he played at Harrison, Coach Finazzo. So I was like, I had his phone number. I was like, Coach, you think I could come back out? Uh-oh. He was like, yeah, come on, let's do it. So I came back out again for 7th grade. It was a little bit better of a season. And then at the last practice of 7th grade, he asked all the kids, y'all want Coach Cole to come back for one more? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, all right, let's do it. I'm coming back. But it's a lot of learning experiences watching. That's why I want to take over and probably be an offensive coordinator as well as coach baseball.
Yeah.
Just watching. I mean, not a knock on them or anything,
Yeah.
the play calling.
Yeah.
You got a quarterback who can throw the ball with consistency, accuracy, and power. And you have a receiver that's 2 feet taller than everybody else. What are we doing running the ball at the same player every play? Throw the ball. And when you do throw the ball, you score.
Yeah.
And we were playing North Cobb, and I'll never forget this. And I was like, we were running the ball, and it stopped working, and they kept running the ball. With the same player, they have 3 other running backs who are all equally as good as the one that they used. And I was like, Coach, we ever going to throw the ball? I mean, the kids are just begging to throw the ball, and they all come to me because they trust me more than you guys. They're like, Coach Cole, when are we going to start doing what we're good at? I'm like, I don't have control over the play calls here.
Yeah.
And I was like, Coach Blake, are we going to throw the ball? And he was like, no, not right now. Let me call the plays. And I was like, Coach, are we going to throw the ball? And he was like, Cole, shut up. Just go over there. Walk off. I'm like, I'm trying to help here. Like, geez. But, yeah, football, it was a good experience.
Yeah.
Because, I still love the game of football. I watch it. I study it. Me and Cam Glazer, Spanish class, when I got tired of 7th grades, same Coach Blake, his terrible play calls. Me and Cameron, Spanish class, we made up a 30-play playbook.
Oh, wow.
30 plays. I was ready for it. I was ready to use it, but it's going to have to wait to use it. But, yeah, I coached football for 3 years, and then HIBA for a couple years, and then I coached baseball at Blaze for 3 years as well.
Wow, that's great.
And coaching baseball, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge because, you're sitting in a situation you're watching 14, 15, 16-year-olds playing, you're 18, 19, and you're sitting there and you're like, boy, I could just destroy this pitcher if I was up there. And you just got to think back. You're not 15. You're not 14. You're not up to where you are now. So it's going to be difficult watching and seeing the failures at sometimes.
Yep.
But I love it. Coaching first is awesome. I had this one play that Coach Matt Gonzalez told me about. He was like, he whispered to me, he was like, Sarge, if you have a runner on third or a runner on second and third with less than 2 outs and the batter walks, send them. Go. And then see what happens. And never failed. 3 for 3 on doing it. And it's awesome. The teams, they panic, throw it away.
That's right.
It's amazing.
That's right.
But, I mean, it's awesome.
Well, I'm glad you've been able to get those opportunities, and pray that you get even more in the days ahead. It is. Every time you get to coach, you learn so much more, and you learn more about people, and people matter. They really do. And I say that because you wouldn't be where you're at today without a mom and a dad who are really supportive and very helpful and are incredible people, and work hard for you and your brother. And, that's the kind of things that we need more of in this world is people sacrificing for others to help out. Because honestly, the greatest life that you can live is when you give your life away to serve someone else. There's no more joy, and it's counterintuitive, right? Because we're told so many times it's always about us. If we just get more, we get more accolades, we do more, then we're going to feel so great about ourselves, and we're going to be fulfilled and satisfied. And it's actually converse. It's the opposite. It's antithetical to everything we think. It's actually give yourself away with time and energy, and you will be so fulfilled. And that's the great role of a coach, and really a parent. And I think your parents need to be honored because of the wonderful job they've done raising you and your brother. So, well, I want to say thank you for taking this time. It's been wonderful just to sit down, relive some memories, even from 12 years ago. I mean, that is a classic right there. I love it. But thank you for taking this time. And thanks for all you do, helping out still with us, with Harrison. Man, appreciate the encouragement and the times you've been in there throwing BP. I can throw about 1,500 pitches a day, but at some point my arm's going to fall off. So I appreciate you coming in and utilizing your arm, and especially for guys to be able to see a right-hander instead of seeing this lefty throw all the time. So, well, Cole, thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to support the podcast, please check out the link below. We'd love to have your help and support. Until next time, we're praying for you, and be encouraged.